back to another Wind Down Wednesday. It's me, Janelle, and guess what? Today is the day before Christmas Eve. So in honor of Christmas Eve tomorrow, I'm wearing my little Christmas Eve dress. It's all red, and I can just see, a Santa Claus hat on top of this, completing the outfit. Anyway, so because it is the day before Christmas Eve, I wanted to talk to you about Christmas Eve, and specifically my Christmas Eve and my traditions with my family. This year, for some of us, it's going to be hard because we are going to be away from our families. Myself, this is going to be the first year of my life, like forever in my entire life, that I have not been at home with my family for Christmas. And it's hard. I've had my sad moments, but there are many people like me right now in the same situation. So we all have to make the best of it. And so I decided that I'm going to try to make this Christmas Eve as much like my Christmas Eve that I had growing up. So let me tell you about my Christmas Eve, because you know what? We all have our traditions for Christmas, and I think it's important that you embrace your traditions, whatever they are. If it's Hanukkah, Kwanza, whatever, Christmas, whatever it is that you do for any special holiday, make sure right now at this time of the year, what's going on, that you try to find a little moment of that in your life. Okay, so my mom is pure-blooded Norwegian, and my father was English, Irish, and Scottish. So on Christmas Eve, we always had a Norwegian Christmas Eve followed by traditional Canadian, British, whatever, Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve started out for us with a traditional meal, and then we have that early, because I'll be there again next year, around 5 o'clock, okay? It consists of Norwegian meatballs with Swedish potatoes that are potatoes baked in the oven with sour cream, and they're really good. A little bit of cranberry sauce, cranberries, green peas, an apple salad that's made from red delicious apples, and it's cut up with the skin on it and everything, in kind of a whipped cream sauce and cinnamon, and it's really good. And the traditional Norwegian bread called Lefsa. Lefsa sort of looks like a really soft tortilla. It's made from potatoes, and you put a little butter on it, and it's amazing. It's like one of my favorite foods of all time. It's called Lefsa. Anyway, so we have our little meal, right? Our little Christmas Eve meal. And then we usually go to church, and church service is always early in our church so that people can get home and enjoy Christmas Eve with their families. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's always nice because it's just carols and lighting candles and the Christmas story. But as a little girl, and even as a big girl, I would look out the window and pray that we would have snow or something so we wouldn't have to go to church, because I just wanted to be at home with my family that night. And truthfully, that's kind of what I still want. Sorry, God, I'm not trying to offend you or anything, but it's kind of how I feel. Anyway, so let's say we went to church, came home from church, or didn't go to church. We would throw on our pajamas, and then we watch home movies. And my dad always took movies of us for everything from the time I was a little girl. So we would sit there and watch movies from Christmas past, from when I was 2 and my sister was 5, and or the one from last Christmas, or the time we went to Hawaii for Christmas, and just get excited about the day that was going to come the following day. Because Christmas has always been a really big deal in my family. So, Christmas Eve is also a big deal. So after we watched movies, then we hang up our stockings for Santa, because even my mom and dad everybody's got a stocking. The cats have stockings, the dogs have stockings, everybody's got a Christmas stocking. And leave out the cookies and milk and go to bed. And it's a beautiful memory, and it's a beautiful tradition. And we still do the same thing even to this day, even though we're not little kids anymore. But I think kids are always kids, right? You go home, your parent becomes a parent again. Oh, be careful, don't stay out too late, the roads are slippery. That kind of thing. And you're still the kid. You're always the kid. The parent's always the parent. Anyway, then I go to bed. I'd have a hard time sleeping, but I look out the window, and I wonder if Santa's sleigh is going to land on the roof of the garage above, right by my window. And I would try my hardest to stay awake, looking out at the beautiful moonlight and the cold, crisp Canadian air and the twinkling of the snow on the roof, hoping I would hear the sleigh bells and see Santa. And, there's still a part of me that I still, I could use a Santa Claus right about now. Anyway, obviously this year is going to be different for all of us, or most of us anyway, who are not with our families. And I want you, no matter what your tradition is at this time of the year, whatever religion, whatever tradition, do something that reminds you of that. And I know it's going to be a lot of Zoom calls and a lot of phone calls and probably some laughter, some tears, but I can smell those meatballs cooking right now. And I thought about making lefsa, but I like to cook now, but that's like taking it one step too far for me. Anyway, my brother a couple years ago for Christmas gave me, what do you call those little like, well, look at, things you stick into your computer, a thumb drive, yeah, that's the word, with all the movies of our whole family on the thumb drive. So I'm going to watch that tomorrow night in bed with not milk, but a glass of wine. I don't know if I'll make the little meatballs, but I can smell them cooking. And I'm going to watch our family movies and be grateful that I have a family who loves me. Anyway, that's my Christmas Eve story. I'm going to miss being there this year, but I'm going to be doubly happy to be home next year. I want to wish you a happy Christmas Eve and a happy Christmas, and count your blessings and have a glass of wine.